I'm in the San Fernando Valley today, 2-hour drive from Orange County. Hella far. I'm with two friends of mine. I'm with Josh Solo and K-Los, producers, entrepreneurs, video recorders, directors. I mean, you name it. You guys, these guys do it. Crypto miners.
Yes, sir.
All right, if you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourself, I'll just leave it to whoever wants to go first.
Yo, what's good, man? This is Josh. I'm an artist hailing from the San Fernando Valley. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm happy to be here with my boy Damien. Thank you for having me on here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Closer.
Yeah, so I got my boy K-Los with me right here.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, man? My name is K-Los. Me and Josh, we grew up here together. He's from San Fernando Valley. I'm from San Fernando Valley. North Hills in particular. Me and this guy, I mean, when you say we go way back, like we're like the actual like definition of that. Like we're literally met at 3 years old.
Okay. Family friends or
walking
just...
to kindergarten, bro. Like we didn't even, our families didn't know each other, like nothing. Like
just best friends.
Yeah, best
Just
friends.
Destiny, man.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Straight up destiny.
Yeah, so we're both from the same spot. But yeah, you asked me to introduce myself. But yeah, we both come from San Fernando Valley, North Hills, and yeah, man. I mean, producer.
So what was it like growing up in the San Fernando Valley?
It was dope.
Well,
Josh,
honestly, it's not bad, man. Honestly, it's not bad at all. Like it could have been way worse. There's definitely parts in that place where it's not nice. You know, just like anywhere else, it just doesn't look great. There's a lot of fucking drugs, prostitution, especially going down. Like we were like right above where we were at on Lassen Street.
Yeah.
In Sepulveda, it was kind of a nice little townhome that we were able to live. And then you go further down by Sepulveda, right?
Yeah.
And there was like hotels where prostitution was going down and like, you know what I mean? It's just it's crazy just the duality of it, right?
Yeah.
And then it all comes down to like our homes and where we came from and the household. That's why we were both very close because it's almost like we kept each other off being on the street.
And the San Fernando Valley is still technically LA, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's still like the Los Angeles County.
Because you can say that about most of LA, right? I mean, you go. I mean, like you're one like 10 minutes you're in Beverly Hills, and the next 10 minutes you're in fucking some other crazy neighborhood. So that just kind of like sums up LA in itself, right?
Yeah.
So did you guys get into any little trouble or anything like that? Were you actually involved in any of the bad things going on? Since it was so close.
I think we both had opportunities to if we chose to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, me personally, I never did anything. Like the thing is, like where we lived, I wanted to add this. It's like I always called it like the border of like kind of the hood and okay. You know, and that was like when like Mission Hill, like literally, bro, you go down one block and it's Mission Hills. Now Mission Hills was like decent at the time when we were growing up, but now it's nice. Mission Hills is nice, but like still the area where like we grew up, that is still like the border. Like you go down the block, the opposite side, and that's the hood.
Different.
Yeah, that's the hood, bro.
Night
like,
and day, bro.
yeah, it's like literally like there's like hotels. It's not, the prostitution has gone down a lot.
Yeah,
like, you don't really see it that much. But I think the fact that there's so many like motels, there's like all like next to each other. It just like encourages that.
So prostitution just brings drugs and
bro. It's just like it's a chain reaction.
Yeah.
I think if they were to get rid of all that stuff, I think it would help a lot, bro. Because
I agree.
Even like Mission Hills, like it had like a lot of it was like a lot of tore down older businesses were there, and it kind of gave it like this look, and then it got like remodeled.
Yeah.
And dude, like the vibe is completely different now when you go down there. But yeah, it's a lot nicer now.
Well, coming down here just reminded me of Orange County because, like, honestly, it was like an exact replica. It's nicer. It's a nicer area. It's more calm, suburban. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot goes on, but I didn't know about the whole parts around like Mission Hills and stuff. So, what kind of like kept you guys out of that, mindset of like going over there and doing all those drugs or being part of those bad things and all that crime and stuff like that?
I say it's each other. Really.
Each other?
Like just like it goes down to the household.
Yeah.
And each other, like who you hang out with, you know. Like it's
That's
not
very
like
true.
we didn't know people. We weren't around it or anything. But at the end of the day, when we went home, like we had it. My mom, you know what I'm saying. She kept my household very clean.
Okay.
His mom was very clean. Bro.
very clean. You know what I'm saying? And
Strict too, or was
yeah,
it?
I would say very strict in the beginning because she knew, like, because my brothers, they all, the thing is, my dad, he was into really bad things, right? And it's not necessarily that he was like some sort of drug lord or anything like that, but he was caught up with the law. He was caught up a lot with the law, and she didn't want that around me, so ultimately he left. And that's why she became very strict with the household because she didn't want me following down those footsteps.
Okay, and then you said that K-Los was also an influence on your life to actually not do any of that stuff. So what kind of like hobbies or like things that you guys do to like, because it's really easy to fall into that type of stuff.
Of course,
right? It's really easy just to follow your brothers or follow your family into whatever they're doing. So like, what kept you guys? I know you guys kept each other out, but what? There's got to be. I just feel like there's something that helped you guys be like, okay, we're gonna go work on this instead of going and going on the bad side of the town and stuff like that.
I don't think it was like more. I don't think it was like so much like we even thought about it. You know what? Like looking at it now, bro. Like it really comes from the household. Like Josh said, man. Like you know what? Before it even got to Josh, bro. Like it starts from the household, bro. And one thing I could say about Josh's mom is she gave him a lot of love, bro. And in my opinion, I think it was because he was the youngest,
Yeah, fact.
the youngest, and like he has a big age gap between his brothers, and his brothers. Like it's pretty big. So I think obviously it's like his mom, like dude, she adores him to this day, And I think,
of course.
I don't know, man. Like as corny as it sounds, you see it in the movies all the time.
It's not corny, man.
They always talk about
the way
love.
should be.
Yeah,
because that type of love has obviously kept you out of the streets.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
like the it sounds corny in the sense of like, oh, love triumphs all, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it truly, bro, like the power of there's a reason why so many movies and books, and I'm getting chills talking about it, like there's a reason why they continue to do the same shit because it's that powerful. And people I think forget how powerful it is because they always talk about love this, love that. And I think, but the reason I bring that up is like, so with his, I saw that in like his family, and I also saw it in mine, bro. Like I'm an only child. Okay. So it's like, and I'm not only an only child. It's like I'm an only nephew because my mom's side is like very small. Okay. So like none of my aunts and uncles have kids, and I only have one aunt and one uncle on my mom's side. And then my grandma, she only has me as her grandson. Okay. So the reason I say this is like it's like damn, like how would they not love me? In that sense. But what I'm trying to say is like it's just so much love that it's like even though I didn't know it yet, I 100% agreed that had a giant influence, and it still does to this day. It has a great influence on me. So to answer your question from the beginning, how did we keep out of trouble? Right? It's like I think it started from that, and then since we both came from families that love us a lot, that we got a lot of love, it's like.
It's those similar attributes that you guys grew up with. You kind of saw in each other, I guess. So you guys, it's almost like a similar personalities, almost.
My twin, bro.
Twin, yeah.
It's my twin.
Yeah, it's funny because like we're so similar in a lot of things, but we're very different. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like
no, I understand because it was just like twins are. You get some twins who are outgoing and will talk to everyone, and there's some twins who don't like talking to anybody.
I think our core is the same.
Yeah.
Core,
maybe your values and your morals.
Oh yeah, exactly.
What you guys striving to
I think that's why. Yeah, I think that's why we get along so much. Yeah. Yeah.
So when did you guys start making music? Was that during high school too, or during school? Anytime during school?
Well, honestly, it was K-Los really who started doing music first.
Okay.
So for me, I've always had like aspirations, and I would probably can speak for K-Los like he did too. Like we just like that feel for music, right? That love for music, and so I especially like as a kid, I would grow up and I would sing a lot. I was just kind of like mess around singing, just like doing that type of stuff. But getting down to actually having like the balls to do music, it was K-Los who like Yeah, he put his foot down and he was like, he just started. The thing is though with K-Los, how he always has been is if he wants to do something, he's not gonna like wait for other people to kind of do it. He's gonna do it himself, right? And so he wanted to make. And when it came to fucking Crank That Soldier Boy videos,
So he was doing all that,
bro. Anything you name it,
forgot about
shuffling, anything, bro. Like just like recording and getting them uploading. I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just more of like the moment type of guy. Like, and I would kind of like do that with him because it was fun. Like, you know what I mean? And then, just like actually taking it serious though, like he.
So where did your love come from? Like, how did that start,
dude? You know what's crazy? Like, and whenever I think about like my beginnings of music, well, first it came from like my parents. Like they were always into like they like the 80s shit, like fucking
like the funk or
Shannon and like Eurythmics and I think that's how you pronounce their name, right? Like the Eurythmic, sweet dreams, amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce. I'm sorry if I'm butchering their name, but yeah, like that era, like they were into like that, like
it's a great era.
yeah, hell yeah, man.
Very,
like and like and then
era.
my aunt, shout out my aunt, Tia Mirna. Like she, dude, like she had the slappers, bro. Like she would play them in the car and she would blast them. It's like, yeah. And then, but after that, it's like everything from music, bro. Like I feel like what really got me into like the rock scene, because my family doesn't listen to rock. And then, dude, Josh started showing me, because I would go to this guy's house all the fucking time, bro, because I'm an only child. So I'll get bored, and then, like, after we met, like, we hit it off and stuff, and then, so I would go to his house, bro. We were, like, what, like 5, 6, 3, like 4, I don't know, like, around that age, but anyway.
Since 4, yeah.
But this guy would, I don't know how you found it, maybe you could touch upon this, but, like, he would get, like, the AMVs. I don't know if you know what those are.
Nah.
Like, they're, like, the animated music videos.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
he would get, like, Dragon Ball Z. Like, somebody on YouTube, like, it was when the YouTube era was popping.
Yeah.
And then Josh would just find like these like Limp Bizkit, like Linkin Park AMVs with like it was like mixed with Dragon Ball Z. So it was basically a music video
with just the words over,
bro,
like an animated scene.
It was
Yeah,
art,
exactly.
bro. It was art. Like the way that they edited it, I had never seen anything like that. And it would like, it gave me like this feeling. And bro, Josh put me on rock music just in general, like Linkin Park for sure, without a doubt. Like that's probably one of the first bands like I was like, yo, these fools are sick.
Yeah, shit's
like
lit,
these
yeah.
dudes are fucking sick. So like after that, it was crazy because like he had a Mac actually. He was the first one with the Mac. And bro, like I don't know what drew me. I was always drawn towards that garage band. Like I don't know if you heard of it.
So like you started using it when it like first came out, or was it when
So
was
you
it?
just would come over and
Yeah.
be like, if you ain't gonna use it, bro, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, bro. Because Josh, like, we usually play video games.
Okay.
And sometimes, like, I'll get bored of video games, and honestly, like, this fool will fuck me up. So,
Yeah.
like, I will always lose to this guy. And I'm like, bro, I would get mad, bro. Look, dude, legit, I will cry, bro. Like, that's how pissed I would get. Like, his mom walk in the room, and she's like, ¿Por qué estás llorando? Like, she's like, ¿Qué pasó? She's like, what happened? Like, why are you crying? And I'm like, he won't let me win. Like, dude, I would get that mad, bro. But anyways, like, so obviously, like, I wasn't that good at video games, or maybe this guy was just so beast that I felt inferior.
Yeah,
I felt inferior,
yeah.
and I was just like, man, fuck this. So like, sometimes I would just go to his computer, and dude, I just got curious, bro, and I started fucking with the like GarageBand. Dude, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was drawn to it, and dude, I remember I would use like there was something called musical typing, and you can still do this. So that means like so instead of having like an actual keyboard to play music, you could use like your
keyboard
your
on-
key,
yeah, the
so
letters,
it's called
right?
musical typing.
Yeah.
And I would use that. I remember his mom used to get mad at me, like, cause I would literally do it like escondidas, like where I would do it like hiding, like play with it, because she'd get mad at me, cause I guess she thought like it was gonna, cause I mean I understand, I'm a kid, you know, like she probably thought I was like gonna like slam on the keyboard and fuck it up. But like, so like I would look around before like to see if she was there, and then like I would start fucking with it, like making little melodies and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I started fucking with like loops and stuff, and I was like, Josh, like check this out. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Like at the beginning, like,
Yeah.
but I guess he saw like, I don't know, like I just kept doing it, and then eventually like he started getting like more and more interested. I felt like, I mean, what would you say like in that?
Yeah, man, like that's really what it is, dude. Like, because as a kid, I didn't really ever think that I was gonna do music like this, like, or be who I am right now. As a kid, I had dreams, but I never did I think that I would just like, evolve into this person that I am right now, right? So at that time, it was kind of like just like, all right, it's cool, that's fun. I'm just like, I like the fact that he liked it, right? And then I like the fact that he was able to create something and that we were creating together. Just like the ability to create is really what drew it like myself to that. Because ever since kids, we would just create scenes with our toys, with our imagination.
Big,
we would create like literally movies, bro. Like, and we would carry on.
Both you guys together?
Together, bro,
okay.
off each other.
Yeah.
Dude, we would literally
Teamwork,
get lost,
bro.
We would get lost for hours, bro. Like literally, like because he had like a giant ass like tub of toys. They were like all the like little sick like anime style.
Digimon, Final Fantasy, Dragon Ball,
all
bro.
that shit. Power Rangers, like all that shit. And then sometimes I've always liked Josh's toys like the best. Like he always had like some sick ones, bro. Like, but I had like mine at home that I would play with myself. And then like I would bring mine over and we'd like merge our worlds together. It was sick.
It's like
and
a multiverse.
Yeah, bro.
toys.
But it was crazy, bro. Because and to this day, bro, this fascinates me. Like, my bad to cut you off, but it's it just fascinates me, bro. Because it's like we were two kids, and like that right there is like pure like. Just like in the zone, like we're like on the same frequency. Like you need to be on the same frequency be able to play and create like the story and just play along with it. Like we just bounce off each other. Like I'll make some shit up, he'll make some shit up, and we just go with it. Like we just keep going.
Exactly.
And like I try to remember that now to this day when we create. Like I forget sometimes. Like I'm like, wait a minute, like nah, bro. Like it's just supposed to be like being in the moment and like vibing out with what is. It doesn't have to be something. It's just like whatever the fuck it is at the moment.
So that was the earliest moment you were actually producing stuff, and well, like when you guys were actually creating. Was these small moments of like,
legit.
So it started from way back then, and then I think it
you
just
started
trickled
with
down.
music, and then music came right after, right?
Yeah, it came after. I think it was like around like it was a little bit after around the same time.
So when you were playing the music, you started singing to it, or
more so, I would like sing in secret. Like I wasn't really out there forward with that I wanted to sing. Like, dude, nobody really like knew unless like K-Los was probably like the only one who knew that like I had some sort of like because he knew me. Not that I was like, hey K-Los, I want to sing, you know. Not like at my early ages. It was maybe he had like some sort of inkling from it because of like what I liked, what I would show him, and then. But I didn't like really like try. I just practiced singing because I just wanted to, bro. Like I would go into the shower and I would just like practice singing with the acoustics, like because it sounded different than singing in just any other type of room. And
when was the first time you guys actually merged? You're producing and then your actual vocals. Like when was the first time? Were you already working with artists and stuff while you were producing, or was this just something you guys started together?
He took the first step actually because after high school he went to the Art Institute, and I think that was like the real first step to going down that road.
And what'd you go for? Was it producing?
Yeah, I went for audio production, and it was like from high school. Like those guys would come to the high school and they were like. I guess they're promoting like the school, and I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do after high school, to be honest. So like when they presented that to me, I was high key, like I was already making like, dude, this is crazy. Like how I was making beats at home without really knowing what I was doing, if that makes sense. Like,
I've heard you could teach yourself how to do that stuff. So like you had already had you already knew what you were doing, like going into it, I guess.
Bro, this guy was creating content for like ever. He would freaking create content for his shoes, bro. Like,
shoes?
Yeah, like he would collect Jordan sneakers.
Okay,
and he would
put them on YouTube.
Man,
it's
and
still
he would
up
get
there, by the
views,
way.
and he would get views like from people all over the world. Like, so the thing is, like, he has always been like a creator, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think really though, like he's always been doing it. And somehow, some way, it might not have been music, and that's why like we can't even put that tag on us as just artists, musical artists. We're just creators in general.
So when you see something, like, is it a chance to explore it? So you seem like that type of person where you see something, you're like, oh, it's very interesting in what I'm seeing. Let me explore elaborate on what exactly.
Oh hell yeah!
Because like shoes in general is like. like people buy shoes, but I don't hear no one about unboxing
Like
or anything
really,
like
like
that.
into it. Like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I hear everyone buys them. I have friends who buy them and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like that's just a great idea because
Yeah.
I mean people love that shit. I used to watch a
it's
lot
a
of
big
shows like
dude.
that.
There's a lot of big ass YouTubers nowadays like that.
Yeah.
Who do that.
So you were you like part of the first? I'm not gonna say you were the first YouTuber wave, but like you were doing all that stuff before like it got like super popular.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Right?
I was. There were some big guys, but not like right now.
Yeah,
there was
exactly.
Like honestly, bro. I say this to this day. Like when I look back on those videos, I'm like, dude, if I kept doing it, I probably would have been pretty big on it. Just because like I was getting decent views in that time, bro. I didn't even know, bro. I wasn't like promoting it. I literally just put it. I think one of them got like.
Bro,
like
high school
12,000,
kid.
like 12,000
high school
views.
kid, bro.
Bro, like
You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
really care.
So
I
was
mean,
it a passion to show people what you wanted to do?
well, you know what?
Had,
It was a passion to show people my passion.
Oh, okay.
Like that, I think that's really what it was, bro. And then to answer your question, like with it's kind of like, I feel like you know how you said like when you see something that's interesting, like and you like do you like look into it more, like and stuff like that. Like, I think it's more like the type of person I am, like bro, like I'm passionate about dope shit. I don't care what it is, bro. I just like dope shit and dope. I mean, it's subjective, but like whatever I think is cool. Like I'm like whatever. It's a feeling that you get, and I think everybody has felt it in their lives.
So
what
are some of the things in your life that actually drew you to like shoes? Was it fashion or has it always been like fashion?
It gave me a feeling,
music?
were
Yeah.
It was a feeling.
Yeah,
that's
what
I'm
were
trying to.
other things? Like were those the only things, or was it just like that whole culture in general?
During that time, to be honest, bro, it was shoes. Like that was the passion. Like, bro, I fucking dude. The only reason I got a job at 14, like I started working at 14, was to buy more shoes. That was the reason that I
at
went
a shoe store.
At a shoe store.
At a shoe store.
At a shoe store.
To get the hookup.
To get the hookup to buy more shoes.
Yeah.
Like
A
that.
specific shoe store? Or?
Yeah, it was. Should I even shout those guys? Like,
What
yeah,
was
I'll
it
shout
like?
them out. Shout out to Sportstown, Panorama City. I started over there.
And then were they like a third party? Like
Yeah, they're like a third party.
so like a Cool Kicks kind of?
Yeah, nah, smaller. It's
Smaller?
literally like
Okay.
that's their only store. It was
Okay.
a Korean family.
They just
and-
knew what was up with the culture, though, right?
Yeah,
the Jordan
somewhat.
ones
Yeah,
and-
I mean, shoot, they're business owners, man. I give any business owner props. I mean, it's not easy.
Oh, for sure, it's not.
And
so many factors.
And
that
dude,
go
and they
into
were.
every
I mean,
business.
shit. It looked like they were balling. So, yeah. I mean, I learned a lot from that job. I was there for 7 years, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 years.
How many shoes did you buy over that course?
My whole closet.
Closet?
Nah.
How much is that?
Bro.
It was a lot, bro.
Yeah.
It was definitely like over like I mean if you say from the actual store it was probably like over like 20 pairs like
God damn.
But I don't know, it could be more.
They're clean, though.
Yeah, they're clean, bro. Like,
They're clean,
I'm
though.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love. I'm a big shoe person myself.
Are you?
What's your
Nice.
favorite Jordan? I gotta go with the
Love
threes.
that. I love
man.
that question. Really, threes?
threes, I love
Nice,
the
nice.
threes.
That's actually not a common answer. I like
Because
that.
a lot of people think they're
Threes are
bulky,
dope.
but I think just because I'm a bigger guy, it looks.
Got
good on
you.
me.
You know
Yeah.
what? And that makes sense. Yeah, like threes and fives. Like for example, I feel like these are bulky, and I'm a skinnier guy. I'm skinny, so like my legs don't look good with bulky shoes sometimes, in my personal opinion. So I try to stay away from like fives and stuff. But yeah, to answer your question, I love ones, and then again it goes back into like my legs are skinny. So the ones are like a skinny shoe. So I feel like it goes with like my body
fit
type.
and your body type.
With my
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
But yeah, ones, bro, like ones.
Because ones are the hottest thing right now.
Oh, bro.
In terms of all Jordans, everyone loves
I
them.
mean, shit, they're the
Same,
nicest
yeah.
ones.
This guy
bro.
sounds like he's been doing
Opinion.
it before everyone,
Bro,
huh?
dude, I was into ones when, dude, I thought dunks were ones back in the day when I first got into the shoe game, like the high top dunks.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, dude, these are ones. Remember, dude, I had those camo ones, and I brought them. I was so excited. I brought them to the job. I was like, bro, I got the ones. I got the ones. That's when I didn't know shit. Because, dude, I thought they were the same thing, but they weren't. But anyways, I was liking them since then. But to answer your question, ones and fours, I think fours are my new favorite, to be honest.
Okay.
Fours,
Yeah, I like the fours.
damn, bro, like those are work of art.
I have the pair of white cements, the fours.
Nice, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Those are like my
cements.
favorite, bro. Like
Yeah,
those,
they're
I wear
fucking
those
sick.
like probably the most out of all my Jordans.
Yeah, they're fucking
the white
clean,
cement,
bro.
fucking beautiful.
The
With the
white-
Nike Air in the back.
Does it have Nike on the back?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, they're like the original, right? Because the
I'm a
other ones
sucker
have
for
the,
Nike Airs in the back,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, those are the originals, right? That's where they.
Well,
bought
yeah, they kind of like
they dropped first. Before because the new ones have the Jordan.
Yeah, they have the
back.
Jordan. Like this one, I think they have one that's like it has the Nike Air, and I always
okay.
prefer the Nike Air. But yeah,
Nike
man.
Airs cost more. Let's just put that.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Still to this day, I don't have a pair of Jordans.
Yeah,
My son, fun fact, my son has a pair of Jordans before me, thanks to K-Los.
That's right. You know what I gave him?
What you
The
got?
fours.
Damn,
I got a fire red fours.
Some baby fours.
Fire
Reds?
red babies,
God
bro.
damn.
Those shits are clean, bro. Those shits are
man.
clean.
He's about to fit in them.
I got a size 10, right?
So
Oh,
we walk
shit.
around like, what's up?
Yeah, he's gonna be getting all
He's
the
already styling more than me, so.
Okay, so moving on from high school, you guys. When did you guys actually start collabing on your guys' music?
All right, well, so the first thing, like in chronological order,
Yeah.
he was going to that school, right? And then he met this guy named Corey. And so, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to CMH. You know what I'm saying? That's the boy. And he started doing music with him.
He's going by Prince Skip during that time, but yeah, he's CMH now.
Exactly, he's CMH. And he was going by Prince Skip at the time. And they were doing music like heavy.
And
they
he's
were
a singer, rapper, producer.
He's a rapper.
Rapper.
Like, yeah, man.
from Gardena.
From Gardena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, man, they were, and I'm not gonna lie, like that's what really lit a fire under me. Like that's when like kind of things were like, all right, because he was making really cool stuff with him. Like it was really cool, man. And I felt excluded, not from his fault, but I felt excluded because it was almost like I was feeling like I was getting left behind.
Oh,
you know?
okay, yeah.
And that was like a first for me because like we've always been like that. We've always been like that.
So it made you, it gave you that fire to like.
It gave me like, oh, you know what? Because like deep down, I knew like, hey, you know what? Whatever I make with him is gonna be better. Like no offense, like to anybody. Like it's just like me, like because that's how much like I wanted to be with him. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy.
What made you like actually believe that he wanted to come? Did you just automatically be like, okay, we're gonna get you in and we're gonna start you?
No, I started doing my own thing.
So you started rapping by yourself, or
yeah,
just
I like
working with other people?
It was exactly that. It was like, you know what? I needed to step up my game, so I started working on myself as an artist, and then I got to enter. This is where I got to plug in my boys. At that time, we were called Dark Waves, and that right there is where I was first like becoming an MC. Like I started becoming like a rapper MC, and I met my little nephew's cousin. His name is Frankie, and he goes by Joel Peso right now, right? And
Joe Peso?
Joel Peso, yeah.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. I mean, you might have heard him, dude. Like he has a lot of plugs. Like he's working with a lot of people right now too. But man, like I've been doing music with him since the get.
You know, that's cool too that you say that because like a lot of people ask for handouts nowadays. You know, so some people would have just went straight to you and have been like, "Yo, dude, get me on this." Like, come on, we're best friends. You know?
And it's not that he didn't want to.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure, but like you took it upon yourself to be like, I need to get to that. I need to get to his level first.
I think you saw like that. We were like, because me and CMH like we hit it off like really well. Like he's a good ass dude, man. Like that's one of the realest
dude, bro.
That's one of the realest
Solid.
guys I've ever met in my life. And he's kept it 100 since the day I met him, bro. Like, and so like we vibed out right away, and like he was already. The thing is, he was already experienced, bro. Like he started since he was a kid. I'm not sure how old he was. I don't want to say something that I don't remember. But he started very young, so he was very experienced when he met me. He was more experienced than I was. That's for sure. So when he came, he was already like. He got ahead.
Spit.
The dude could spit, and like he knew how to mix his vocals. Like his delivery is clean, like clean. Yeah. And yeah, man. So yeah, and I remember saying this, bro, and I feel bad about it to this day, but I think it did, and you told me before it sparked a fire under you. Like I remember one time we were talking about beats and stuff, like because I would always show Josh my beats, always, bro, always.
Sure, yeah.
And then one time, I forgot how I got brought. Maybe you could say it, like where I was like, you know what, bro? Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when I make my beats, my priority is to send it out to CMH. Like, and I at the time I didn't really think it was like a big deal to say that to you, but like looking back on it, I was like, damn, like that must have felt like really like shit, you know, at the time.
Were you doing music at the time or
Nah,
Or was
so
that
that's why it was like, to me it was understandable.
Oh, okay.
It was understandable because like.
Wait, did you ask him? I'm sorry, I didn't follow. So he asked you
No,
to do music with you,
because he would always show me beats.
But during that time, I think you were already starting. You
I
had
was,
already
like,
started.
trying.
Yeah,
I was
like,
kind
you
of
already
like just
started.
because the thing is, I had already made some music with him, like just messing
yeah.
around, like, you know what I mean? Like we had a few songs, but I really didn't set my foot down to like be like, you know what, I'm gonna be an artist. I didn't even have like a real artist name, you know?
Yeah, you were just.
And so at that point, he was making all these cool beats, and then I would be like, you know, sometimes I would be like, oh, what's up with this one? And he's like, oh, you know, like this one's actually I was gonna send to Corey, and then it was like, it wasn't
like
nothing like, nah, not for you, bro. Like you ain't good. Like I never once felt like, damn, because at the end of the day, he was working with me since the beginning.
Yeah.
Like if you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? So, but that moment really like set something in my, like it made something click where it's like, oh, you know what, bro? Like, if you really want to do this, then you got to obviously put in some work.
Yeah.
Because he was going to school, so was CMH. CMH was going to school at the same school as him.
Okay.
And so it's like I felt like I was kind of getting left behind, but my own fault. And so that set that fire under me to be like, you know what? I'm gonna work hard so that nobody can ever ignore me again. And it's not even like an ignore.
No, it was more of like a not an epiphany.
Overlooked.
Yeah,
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's not like you weren't there, but it's like, you know.
No, you had a commitment to
Yeah.
someone else, you know.
Yeah.
And
who was putting in the work.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
putting in the
exactly.
work, and I was like, damn, bro. Like I think Corey can make. He can do this beat justice.
Yeah,
Like, that's
exactly.
that's just always, and that's still how I approach my music. It's like I will, like with my beats and stuff, or even with my hooks and stuff. Like I'm like, who will do this justice? And
Because at that time I didn't even have any style.
Yeah.
I wasn't anything at that
just
point.
doing
I was
random
just
shit.
Yeah.
it was just like I wanted to do it.
So
Yeah.
when you're actually making beats, are you thinking of someone in general that beat can be a part of, or is it just like this is what I hear in my head and I want to put it onto a computer?
Most of the time, it's like something I'll hear in my head or whatever the vibe is.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I'm like I don't have that, I'll do it like, oh damn, like or I'll be like, damn, I would love to make like a 50 Cent type beat, just an example, or like
Okay.
I'd love to make a Metro Boomin type beat or something like that. But I try not to do that just because I think that like goes into like where I'll start sounding like that person a little too
Exactly.
much.
And you want to have your own style.
Yeah. So I kind of like, I mean, usually, honestly, to be honest, bro, like, I mean, ever since when I was making beats, like, younger, like, I would always go off of the vibe, like, or sometimes I'll legit get melodies in my head, bro. Like, I'm like, damn, where the fuck? Dude, sometimes I always want to talk about this. Like, it's like, sometimes, like, I'm skeptical about where my ideas come from. Like, I'm very skeptical because I'm like, fuck, this shit sounds sick. Like, did I hear this somewhere?
Were
Like,
you influenced
where did
by
it come from? Like, or did it
Probably
really
were.
just pop up? Like, I'm like, dude, is this even my idea? You know, like sometimes I'm like, dude, this is weird, but fuck it, I'll do it. And then, dude, I've even asked people, I'm like, wait, like I'll finish the beat, and I'll be like, yo, have you heard this before? By the way, like I want to make sure I'm not copying anybody because sometimes I feel like I got like a melody from something, but yeah, man, to answer,
Well, that happens a lot because like when you have influences
Yeah.
that you're gonna hear, you know,
Subconsciously
melody
you
or
get it.
a harmony. So what are like your biggest influences when you're actually making music? Is it just I'm thinking of an artist and then like kind of do it like him, or is it just like, all right, we're just gonna put pen to paper and we're gonna see what happens?
I think yeah, like I try to approach it like that.
Yeah.
At most of the time it's like I'm chasing a vibe.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. It's not really like anything else. I want to feel something.
Okay, so what is like your creative process when you actually start making the beat? Is there, do you write anything, or is there anything kind of brainstorming, or is it just like I hear this in my head, now I gotta go find that tune somewhere?
Yeah, sometimes it'll be like I'll hear something in my head. That's how I used to approach it back in the day. Like I'll have like an idea of what I want. Sometimes sometimes I'll have a bass line in my head, or I'll have like, it's usually either a bass line or a melody. It's one or the other. And then I'll go off of that. I'll start with like that one part and then just build on top of that. Just go with the flow at that point. Yeah, it's not really like, oh, it is this and that. I just go with it, bro. Like I try to. I will say sometimes I get in my head too much and I'm like trying. Dude, Josh used to see me, bro. Like sometimes I'll be making beats And bro, I'll spend like fucking like 30 minutes on a fucking snare.
And the
Like
hi-hat.
just a snare drum or a hi-hat. And then Josh is so patient. He's just looking at me. He's just like, okay.
I'm there for the vibe.
Yeah, he's just there for the
no,
vibe.
shit,
And then I'm just like, but now I'm kind of, I have a perfectionist type of personality.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm trying to, I don't think it's like, it can be toxic if you let it control you, like
Exactly.
the perfectionism, because you don't finish shit. Like
That's why it's
Yeah.
perfect, like our dynamic,
Yeah.
because he has that, and I'm more of like a nonchalant. Like I kind of
you're
just like
laid
go.
back. You're like, let's,
I'm like full raw
just go with it.
energy.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
Josh
know?
is very go with the flow
Yeah.
type.
Exactly. I'm
Which
the
I'd
flow.
like to be more like you know, I'd like to be balanced. In
And,
that case.
and I feel
Yeah.
the same way because he balances me. Because sometimes being like that though
Yeah.
with the flow, shit doesn't get done.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he helps center me. Like sometimes, like I have all these crazy ideas, and then the thing is, he is the same way. He has all these crazy ideas, and then it flows everywhere. And so
Yeah.
that's why it helps us too. Like we talk about our stuff together, and then we're like, hey, so like, what's up with that idea that you said before?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah, you're right. Like you know,
So you guys
things like that.
complement each other very well,
Bro.
obviously. Yeah. That's where the
It's-
twin aspect comes from, right? It's just like, you know, you're a little bit more straightforward. Let's get this done, and you're a little bit more like, let's just see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like-
yeah.
so, like-
hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
exactly what it is.
Being that, so when you guys actually come together and actually start working, what's your guys' creative process together? Is there something you write that you just give to him, then he just like, oh, I'm gonna make a beat off this, or is it vice versa, or is it just like we're gonna come together, we're gonna brainstorm, and we're just gonna see where this goes?
This is what's awesome about it. It's anything and everything, bro. Because we've been working with each other for so long that we've probably already tried everything, and we can't even like there are things that we still haven't even tried yet. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like ways to go about it, but most of the time it just really goes down to the feeling, like how he always says it.
Yeah.
Like it's really the feeling, like what we're feeling together.
vibe you're chasing.
Yeah, and it wasn't always like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But specifically, like, you know, when I'm doing my music, it's like, you know, I'm going for that feeling too. I'm going like for what in the moment. Because earlier in my career, when I was doing my music, I kind of conformed because I really wasn't chasing that feeling that I was going inside. I was kind of like going with what everybody was doing around me.
Exactly.
Like, which was like rapping, right? And I didn't want to rap, like deep down. Like I wanted to be a singer, you know? And at that time, it wasn't like really cool, like to be a singer. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, it was like at that time you were kind of like, all right, you're like all that hard rap was coming out, like that boom bap, like MC, Joey
Yeah,
Badass.
it was like ASAP Rocky.
Oh, that's right. Joey Badass.
Joey
is really
Badass,
big.
Mac
yeah.
Miller,
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky, you know what I'm saying? Like Kanye was even dropping Yeezus at that time, Drake, Migos, like everybody was trying to be like Future. Everybody was trying to be a rapper. Chief Keef, bro.
You know what? During that time, I think that was the same time where Drake started changing that. The
stigma.
where it's it like
Singing more,
because
right?
people were like MCs can't be singers. Like that's kind of the view that I always saw like people having on. They're like, dude, that's like they'll say, oh, that's gay, or they'll say, oh, that's
not hard. You
That's
can't
not
do
hard.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
and then, oh, dude, like, what are these feminine rappers? It's like Drake got a lot of shit for it, bro. Like, he got a lot of shit for it.
Memes were great.
He got
That's
a
it.
lot, bro. And I
Memes were
think
created for
yeah,
sure.
bro, man, to this day, bro. And it's like, but Drake, he kept doing it, and he proved everybody wrong. Everybody. Like, and so yeah, man, going back to Josh, it was cool because now that I think about it, like during that same time, it was when Josh was like, you were like transitioning to be a singer at that point, right?
Yeah, I like, because at that point, I was really, because I was trying to make a name for myself too, you know what I'm saying? Remember how we're going back to like me wanting to work with him and me finding my sound. So within that journey, I was trying to be an MC, but that truly wasn't what I wanted to do. And then I was with my crew at that point, Darkways, and it was with my boy Beezy.
You're all good.
My boy Beezy, Mars, Joel Peso, and we were Darkways at that time, right? So I'm just gonna reiterate. And that point right there, I was kind of doing the same thing that they were doing, which was rapping.
Okay.
And it was fun, and I love to rap, and I can spit. Trust me, like I can do anything. Doesn't matter what it is. But I really wanted to sing. Like I wanted to do like band things. You know what I mean? I wanted to do more so that. So, but before I was able to get to that band level, right? I transitioned to being more of like a singing rapper, and that's when I truly came up with my sound, like right then and there. Right then and there, I came up with my sound, and I moved forward, and I think I didn't look back after that. Once I was able to kind of cut myself off from like all my ties, almost. You know what I mean? Because when I was able to do that, when I was able to truly cut myself off from both like the first group that I was working with at that time, and then also like with K-Los, like then I started working by myself, like doing my own music that I wanted to do, right? Then after that, we transitioned to linking up again with my first original crew. That was just me by myself, right? And then we became Good Sport. So from then on, I was just kind of like doing music, man. Ever since then, just like I haven't looked back after that. After I think I reimagined myself and became Josh Solo, then it just was just uphill from there.
Yeah, because I heard a lot of your music now is fucking great, bro. I show everybody, honestly.
Thank you so much.
It's
Appreciate
good.
You, bro.
Like I told you before, I don't know how you're not big yet. Like,
thank you so much.
Fucking, I hear it and it's just like, dude, this sounds like shit's on the radio or something like that. You know, that alternative type of rock and like that. I definitely get that sound from it, and you have the voice for it too, for sure. Like all of it kind of ties in together. So, what did you actually produce any of those songs that he was on, or is this all you?
So
those songs all you?
So the thing is, throughout all that time, though, man, like me and K-Los have been working like nonstop. Okay. Like, you know, once I was able to truly find myself as an artist, like I kind of like presented myself back at K-Los, and dude, like we've just been vibing like ever since then, bro. Like, you know.
So how many like songs have you actually produced as new songs?
Like new songs or just in?
Well, the newer ones, like the rock stuff, like I've been kind of like that's just been doing my own thing.
Okay.
But man, like in terms of just music that I've made with this guy, like
it's a lot. And there's a lot of stuff that's out there, or
maybe not like the newer ones, but there's a lot. Like if you look on Josh's SoundCloud, you'll find a lot of like our
and Spotify
stuff,
too.
Spotify, a lot. We do have a lot of work, and I will say like to piggyback off of like him going off and like doing his thing. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy that he did that, because that's what I felt like I needed to do as well. Okay. Because I feel like us together, like we were cool, but we were both still trying to figure out like what type of sound are we by ourselves. Exactly. And I think now it's like I think we have a pretty good grasp of like our own distinct sounds. So now we have like, I don't know, I just feel like it's smoother now that we come together. Like I think we needed to go away so we could come together again. Yeah,
you guys like found yourself.
Yeah, and when I say go away, I don't mean like we stopped talking to each other and stuff. It was like just
your hobby was, or whatever your passion at this point was. You're finding yourself in the passion.
Exactly, yeah. Like you find yourself first as a solo artist. And bro, honestly, I think this relates with like just relationships in general, bro, to be honest. Like,
for sure.
I feel like it's very important to know yourself before you get into a relationship. And not to say that the person can help you find yourself, of course, no doubt. Yeah. But I feel like if you find yourself before you even get into that, bro, like, damn, like you guys will be solid. Because nobody's depending on each other. Because you can.
So we know happiness doesn't have to be drawn from each other.
Exactly.
It can be drawn from
I think
ourselves. And then being with someone else who is happy creates an even bigger energy of happiness.
It's indestructible, because I mean the relationship itself, that can go away for whatever reason. But I'm saying like even if that goes away, that's not gonna destroy you.
Exactly.
You know, you guys can both go on your separate lives, and I feel like that's what I feel like draws me towards Josh even more, because I know if we get in a fight right now, this guy will be good, and I know I'll be good.
Exactly.
You know, like, so it's like it's cool because we know that we're not depending on each other like that. Because I feel like some relationships are built off of the wrong
codependency.
Yeah, codependency, and that causes issues because you start swallowing things that you don't like, because you're like, oh well, if we get in a fight, like I'm fucked. I can't, and now you start being fake with that person.
So, talking about that too is because you guys are independent and you guys got your own sound and you guys know who you guys are as artists, and you guys, let's say, do get in a fight. doesn't it make you feel like you need to come together more? Because like at the same time, yeah, he can go off and do his own thing, but you know who he is and what he sounds like. So maybe it's not a codependency, but it's definitely like missing an opportunity to work with someone that you've known for so long. So like when you guys do fight, is there it's really right back where you guys started, right? You guys don't like fight, not talk for 6 months.
Yeah, that's the thing. We really don't fight.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
No,
I mean?
I
It's
could
not- it's
imagine,
not-
but I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, you guys bicker though. Still, you guys,
Yeah. Oh, hell
any
yeah.
brothers,
Hell yeah.
any type
Oh,
of
hell
best
yeah.
friends, they bicker.
Yeah.
He
So-
pisses me off.
Yeah, we have our discussions, but it's normally not about like serious shit. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
I think we've probably only had like one serious fight in our whole lives. I mean, I could really say that. Where that one was like where we took like.
Was it physical?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think
Oh,
it's
shit.
physical,
Yeah,
yeah.
it did.
But that had never happened to. Well, actually, no, we did fight that one time in that one in the pool. Remember? Bro, no,
We
check
squatted the
this
kids.
out. This is fun because we had to fight in the pool, right?
Yeah.
But bro, we were always like rivals, bro. Like with kids.
Always, bro.
Like, dude, oh my god, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And this is the first time I'll admit it. Like when we were growing up, it was like me, Josh, and our other homie Victor. Shout out to Victor, bro. Victor's the homie. He's our best. He was our best. We were like best friend trio, right? And bro, like I don't know about you, but I was always fighting for Victor's like approval. Like I always wanted to be like.
Was he older?
Nah, he's
Or
like
was he-
our age. Like I was always like, oh, like I don't know. Like there was just like this thing. Like I want Victor to like me better.
The thing is,
Was he
Victor
more
was like
connected?
his homie first.
Oh,
And then he brought I became his friend too because
Yeah.
you introduced me to him. So I feel like that's where that came from a little bit. Like we were all like hanging out together, and it was just some fucking stupid kid shit. you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
no, for sure. Yeah.
Nah, but I just got jealous that like I could see that they were having like a
good
genuine
time. Yeah.
bond, and I had never like I was always just like, no, it's just me, you know. I think that's an only child complex.
Yeah, probably.
You know?
For sure,
And I was
yeah.
like, no, it's only me. So like, I felt like I would like compete with Josh. At least on my end, I was like, nah, bro. Like, I want to be like Victor's best friend. You know. But the stupid shit is like, I want to be Victor's best friend and Josh's best friend. Like,
I want both of them to like
I want
me
both of
the
them
most.
to like me the
You know?
best. Like, that's how I felt. But anyways, like there was this
That's so
time
funny.
during that time we were in the pool and I forgot why the fuck we got mad, bro. But like, dude, that was the first time like we started like I think we like punched each other a couple of times, bro. And then I got mad. I don't know who went to the jacuzzi. One of us went to the jacuzzi.
I don't even
I'm
remember.
pissed. Just going.
Yeah, like we got.
like
It was almost like a time like we needed to separate ourselves.
for
But
sure.
it was funny, bro, because I look back on it. Let's say it was me. I don't know who the fuck it was. We're the same person. It doesn't matter. So one of us went to the pool. Let's say it was me. I went to the jacuzzi and I was sitting there and I was like just sitting there, like because that had never happened. Like
Yeah.
so I was just sitting there. I remember, look back and like.
I do actually kind of remember.
Look back,
Just,
look
like,
back.
looking
It's like
and forth.
fuck that guy. Like, fuck that guy.
Stay over there.
I'm
Yeah,
Victor's
stay
best
over there. Yeah. And bro, but it was funny, bro, because it like literally lasted like 10 minutes, and then later, like I don't know how, we just broke the ice. Somebody said something to each other, and we pretend like it never happened again.
Yeah, we just went back to
Yeah.
probably my crib or something. and hung
Yeah,
out.
like oh, you want to play toys or
Yeah.
like or you want to
Let's
play
go
video games?
game? Let's go Victor's. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
some shit. But yeah, but we digress. So the reason, so I said we only had like so that was probably our very first fight, and then like the other fight was pretty bad. That one I won't go into detail, but it's like it's just very that was like the first time where I was genuinely scared that I was gonna lose his friendship.
Okay.
Like it was like fuck, like I had never felt like that before, and that should change my life forever, bro.
Was it like a debate over politics, or was it just?
I
something
think it was more so
stupid shit?
just a lot like we just had to change as people. There was just a lot of growing up to do, and a lot of like seeing some shit in a different way. You know what I mean? Like having to change, but for the better.
Yeah.
That's really what it was,
sides,
man.
both
Yeah, I would say on both parts.
But honestly, that one I take responsibility. Like that shit, that was my fuck up. Like that to this day is probably my biggest fuck up in my life. Like that's how bad it was.
Would you care to elaborate, or would you just want to keep?
Let's put it like this. Like, well, yeah, I don't care. It's just I won't go like super deep, but it's just like I when I would drink, I would drink too much.
Of
Like
course, always.
where I just lose all control of myself, bro. It was just like too much. I just didn't know my limits, bro. And I turn into a completely different person when I'm drunk, bro. Like back then, like now I've gotten so much better, bro. But
hell
I've
yeah.
gotten a lot better, man. Like, cause before, here's the thing, like I wasn't like an alcoholic in the sense like where I was drinking every day and shit.
But binge drink.
It was like when I drank, I drank, bro. Like I'll drink to the point where I'll be throwing up, like, and
Black
that was
out.
always, bro, like to like black out and shit, bro. Like it was bad. So yeah, man, it's just like me, like being drunk and like starting fights for stupid ass reasons, bro. And it's just like, we'll leave it at that, bro. It's just like me, and so basically, I started a fight with these guys for something that was just so stupid.
Yeah, something small.
And it was like a fist, bro. And like I said, we don't fight like that, man. And it's like,
We don't ever want to be.
nah,
like that,
bro.
man.
And it was horrible, bro. Like
Yeah.
I had never felt like that in my life, bro. Like the day after, you talk about hangover, bro. It wasn't only like my physical felt like complete garbage, bro. Like emotionally, bro, I was torn, bro. Like it was horrible. Like I was like, damn, bro. Like I lost like the only people, because it wasn't just him. It was like another one of my best friends, and his nephew was there too, Mars. And yeah, man. I just after that day, I was like, bro, like I never want this to happen ever again. And I feel like sometimes in life, like shit like that has to happen to you, so you change.
What age was this at? Well, how old were you guys?
Probably like 22.
21.
Oh, so this
22,
is about 5 years ago, 6 years
like
ago.
7. 6 years ago. 6 years ago.
Something
Since we're
like
28.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was at the. Are you guys like both in your separate groups, or are you guys already?
No, so like at that, like, well, really at that point, man, it was like, I think it was just a culmination of things.
No,
Leading
I'm
up-
not trying to ask the reason. I'm just trying to ask like at what point in your careers were you guys at that point?
Oh,
Were
well,
you
yeah,
guys
like
separated?
we were both like, because that's the thing, like we were both still working together, and it was
Okay.
all gravy, like, you know what I
okay.
mean? Like everything was all good. It was just like at that point, like it was just like, it just fucking like, dude, life comes at you and it fucking just knocks you out sometimes, bro.
Of course,
And I was
yeah.
just like, and I remember too, honestly, and I just want to say one thing too about it, because I respect this man a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I want to say that life puts you in situations that you can handle, you know, and it's up to you to see how you come out of it. And this guy, he freaking took a good look at himself in the mirror, which a lot of fucking people in this world can't, and really made a decision to be the best version of himself, you know? And that's what I respect, you know? And I'll always respect that shit. And at that point, we were doing music. We were still chasing, because we never stopped. No matter, at this point, it's like music is forever. Like, you know, we just do music at all points.
Yeah.
And I think that moment allowed us to grow even more as individuals. For myself, because like he was somebody that I've always had in my life too. And then at that point I was kind of like, I hit with the reality, was I wrong? Is he not meant to be in my life? Am I have to go through this life now like by myself without my dog? And that sucked, man, because I was like, dude, this is my road dog. Like, if I'm gonna go to battle with anybody, I'll tell you this right now, it's gonna be this guy.
Okay.
Like, he's my guy.
Of
You know
course.
what I'm saying? And so at that point when that happened, I'm like, damn, I don't ever want to feel this way either. So I took it upon myself to
make
strengthen
some changes, too.
to make some changes too, because ain't nobody in this world perfect.
So that was that moment was a turning point in both your lives.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and at that moment, is that when the music really was like, let's start focusing on just the music, or was
It took some time, bro.
it took some time?
time.
Oh, okay.
There was definitely like a recovery phase. I think during that time, I think we took like 2 weeks where we didn't talk. And you know what's funny? Like that's the longest like our whole lives, bro.
Yeah.
2 weeks. It might not sound a lot, like to
yeah.
bro, for us. Oh, like it's funny. Like I'm getting chills talking about. Like I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Like 2 weeks was a big deal for us, bro.
Uh-huh.
Like we wouldn't go more than like fucking like 3 days, like 4 days.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, we
for
talked to
2
each other.
weeks, bro, like
Felt like a
damn,
lifetime
bro.
almost. It was like
Yeah.
breaking up with a girlfriend almost. You're like,
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
Like
just
worse.
like a soulmate, bro, like a soulmate almost.
Yeah,
you know what
bro,
I mean?
well,
Like,
just the anxiety of like,
Yeah.
oh man, I like it's fucked up. I can't believe I did that.
bro,
Yeah,
we had
right, yeah.
like plans, like not even to be like on some, like, you know what I mean? Like we had plans like to do, like change the world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's just like when you get hit with the reality, because that's what life is, bro.
Yeah,
But
it's a
then
reality check.
some of these things, and what he showed to me, it's like when you care for something, like you fight for it type. You know what I mean? Like you fight for it, and you be like, and bro, like, dude, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't really want to talk to him for a bit. I didn't. I was
Yeah.
kind of like, I'm gonna do me, like
Exactly.
for real. And he was like just trying his best to be like, you know what, man, like, hey, let's kick it if you want, and like let's do like, you know, little by little. And it just shows so much character to me, bro. Because some people are so like arrogant and egotistical that they care about themselves. Everybody loves to care about themselves, right? That's like bottom line.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone always wants to care.
As long as they're good, then.
But you know what I mean? Like, but when you truly care about something else, like, dude, like you go out of your way, and that's why like I am willing to go into battle with him and do business, and I feel like confident, and I feel like max trust because of stuff like that goes on. Like people freaking fight over and break up over less, bro.
Yeah, over bullshit.
Over a tweet.
That's why, like, I think after that happened, like, I think we both agree where it's like, damn, bro, like, if we could get through that, you know, I mean, all this other shit is petty, bro.
It is petty. Yeah.
It's petty shit, bro. Like, honestly, like, I think that day, I think it was very important, like you said, for both of us, because I think that just reassured that we could come back. That's how strong our bond was, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't.
And then, sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
So so being that this made your bond stronger, and it made you. Did it teach you about your relationships outside of this friendship? Because I'm sure, like, going through all that with someone, especially like a really good friend and stuff like that, it really made you look at your other relationships, right? And see, like, okay, where do I need to work at, and what else I'm doing with, like, maybe your mom or your girlfriend or your kid or the girlfriend's family or your dad even, and, like, did it really make you look on the outside and see, like, okay, I need to be better in this situation too? Or was it just like, okay, we had a moment between us, and, like, this was the only moment we had?
I think it was all around growth.
All around growth. So you guys, did you feel like your guys' your character had, like, I guess, like, transformed or developed, like, through this time? And it was because of you two doing it, or was other things going on at that time that just, I kind of lost myself in that too. I guess what I'm trying to get at is the outlook of it. Did it strengthen you in your families?
Like outside relationships?
Outside of your friendship, did it strengthen your family relationships and relationships you kept with others?
Quite frankly, man. Yeah. Quite frankly, I'm gonna let K-Los answer first on this one, actually, because this is, like, it really, like, the main story really pertaining about him, and then because I know what it did for him, and then what it did for me too. Okay. So, like, go ahead.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, for me, like, the main focus was, like, between us, to be honest. But because, I mean, if I'm honest, like, I've always had a strong relationship with my family. Again, I'm an only child, so I try my best to, like, how do you say, keep my bonds healthy, like, with your family. But anyway, to answer that, one thing I will say, like, that became very clear to me is, like, no matter what happens in your life, there's nobody that can love you like your parents. Like, no matter what happens, like, dude, you can lose friends. Okay. You can lose girlfriends. You can lose your dog. You can lose your cat. But at the end of the day, like, no matter what, your parents are the ones that, no matter what. Yeah, like, the ones that, like, can stick it out, because they're your parents. And when I say parents, that could be anything, bro. Like, the people that represent your parents. Because I know some people are adopted and stuff, like, and, bro, like, it's just like the person that is there, like, that person will always stick around no matter what. And it kind of, like, it made me value them more, if that makes sense. Because I was like, damn, like, I was like, dude, I don't blame Josh. Like, I was like, bro, like, if Josh chooses not to allow me back into his life and him back into my, I understand. Like, I get it. Yeah. But the fact is, he can choose to leave, and, like, we go on our separate paths. But I think it's different when it comes to, like, for me at least, like, for my mom and dad. Like, I know for a fact, no matter what happens, that bond will never separate like that. But I guess what I'm trying to say, I just saw, like, a bigger value for my relationship with my parents. I was like, damn, bro, like, this is when everything has gone to shit. They're right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're sitting waiting for you. Yeah. So how do you feel about, like, were you?
So that's why I wanted him to say it first, because this is the crazy duality of our lives, right? Because then from that, my life took a big change too, because he went on this journey to find himself, right? And he was finding himself, like, getting closer to his parents. Like, I saw it, like, dude, he went on this trip with his, right? Remember, where'd you go again? It was this commute. Where was it? Like this different country.
Oh, Aruba.
Yeah.
I actually went on that by myself.
Yeah, you went. That's what I'm saying.
But
You
yeah,
went.
it was
You
like
went.
to find myself.
Okay.
He went. So he started doing all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I went on my journey too, but it wasn't the brightest and like lightest of journeys because I went kind of down a dark path.
Okay.
My music like really started fucking blowing like for me like in my artistry when this happened between us, right? Like in the sense of like I found my sound right there, bro. Like when I started feeling myself, bro, because I was living by myself too. I found like my own apartment. I moved in with like my boy who was a director. And I moved in with my cousin, and I started like really doing the artist shit like by myself, right?
By the way, I hate to interrupt. Like right there, that's another big thing too. Like we were supposed to move in together.
Yes.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Yes.
And that fucking just straight stabbed me, bro. Because I saw them; they were moving on without me, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't blame them." But that shit fucking hurt. But yeah, like my bad. Continue.
No,
like,
that's why. That's the point. Is because like, so that point right there, right? So I moved in, and I kind of started spiraling. I started spiraling, but it wasn't very obvious because I was, I guess, really hurt inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like deep down.
But like your music was progressing, so
yeah. But
so
my music exactly.
It didn't. You could. There couldn't be like there wasn't no discrepancy. They couldn't be like, okay, you're really having pain, but like, oh, my music's progressing.
My
so
music,
things must
I
be
didn't
good,
care,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
I was taking like hella pills. I was doing everything, bro. I just didn't do like super hard drugs. I didn't do like heroin and meth and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
you don't have to incriminate. No.
I just say,
I don't know the statute of limitations.
you know. But point being, bro, is that I was spiraling, right?
Yeah.
I was doing my thing, and because I had an idea of life, right, at that point. And when that fight happened, it was almost like I kind of I had no sense of like, oh, you know what? Like, this is about me now. This is all about me. So that's when I truly started finding myself as an artist, right? Okay. And I moved there, and then I started living out in South Central after I moved out of that spot with my boy Garrett. I moved out of South Central, and I started living with my boys in Good Sport. And we were moving from fucking couch studio to studio, living all over LA, bro. Like, you name it. I was Southgate. We were in Whittier. We were in Almonte. We were everywhere, bro. People housing us because making music. Like, I started living like the artist life right there. I let go of my past life. But with that, and my artistry was just blooming, but it came at a price. My mental wasn't ever right, and my heart wasn't ever right. It was almost like I was just kind of like empty, bro, because I knew the path that I was going down. Like, you know, and it was when SoundCloud rap started really popping too.
And so drugs were everywhere, I'm sure.
Everywhere I would go, cocaine, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere, like whatever I needed, it was there. And so it was almost like my music was a cry for help because my music was it got darker, but it was so good, bro. It was so raw. And
this is your emceeing still, right? You weren't
No,
singing?
I was singing. I was doing my actual like music shit. Like, this is when I found my artistry and I started actually doing like my real Josh Solo singing, like sound, like gaming, doing all my sauce, the anime sauce. Nobody was doing all that crap, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like all this like video game sounds and anyway. So, but the crazy thing about all that, bro, the crazy thing about all that journey, that when I was in my darkest times, guess who hit me up and asked me how I was doing and went out to go see me? It was him. We hadn't, because I was out in LA and it was like probably like a year or two that I was like gone just doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
And like being in the artist life, you're doing shit every day.
Every day, bro. Literally, I had no job. I was just trapping, selling whatever I could, whatever, doing my thing, whatever. And getting money by any means and then living day to day. You know, I had no bills. I didn't have a home. I was just living wherever.
And by the way, during that time, we were still talking, like at that time, but we weren't like as close as we used to be.
It was just like a hey, what's up?
There was like a little bit more like disconnect. It was like we were working on building that relationship
back together.
But he sensed the disconnect. Yeah. But not because he knew who I was. He sensed the disconnect from the world. You know.
So you're So he went to go see you in LA. So you come back from your trip.
Well, here's the thing. Well, yeah, I don't think it was around that time. Like the Aruba time wasn't like super close.
No.
Okay.
It was just part of like that
whole
era.
The entire thing.
Yeah, but
happened.
I will say, so I noticed Josh was on that dark path.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get.
And you know, bro, like all you can do as a friend, the way I handled it, I would just talk to him, man. Like I would just talk to Josh and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And he would just tell me, and I can sense it, but like I ain't really know how to. Cause like again, maybe if we were still close, like we used to, maybe it would have been easier for me to really dig in there and be like, "Hey, bro, like what's going on, man? Like talk to me."
Exactly.
But during that time, it was just such a fucked up time, man. Like for our relationship, I mean, and but the main thing, and I think I told you this. There was the main thing that got me to like, all right, bro, like you got to step it up as like his friend.
Yeah.
And JP hit me up randomly in the morning, like one of the mornings, and he's like, bro, like, did you see Josh got a face tat? And I was like, nah, that's just fake.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's bullshit. And then like, I mean, Josh, like I would never think that he would have gotten a face tat like during that time. And then I went on Instagram and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, what the fuck? Because like for us, like it wasn't like a very like, it was very out of character for Josh at that time.
Uh-huh.
And then like he's had tattoos, but like a face tat for us was
That's like a big deal.
Yeah. And then dude, when I saw it, I was like, fuck, man. Like I was like, wait, like I just wanted to make sure, bro, anybody could do whatever the fuck they want with their body, bro. Like at the end of the day. But because it was so out of character for him at that time, I was like, bro, like, nah, like I needed.
You need to step in and say
It's
something.
just from like from
Just
that
something,
time,
bro.
that short amount of time, I just like changed.
Uh-huh.
Like as a person.
Yeah.
Like, I just,
Well, I mean,
like,
you were doing things that you probably wouldn't. That probably like growing up, you weren't looked at as very valued or morals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're slowly transforming into something else, and then you get that face tattoo, which is I don't see the problem with it.
Nah, it's
honestly.
sick. It's sick.
No,
Yeah.
it goes
I'm
with
happy
me.
it wasn't
Yeah.
a whack tattoo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely I don't regret it either. Like it's in great taste. I loved it. It was definitely, it helped me. Like all of that. It's just that all of that. Like I regret nothing, but what I regretted was just like my mentality through it all. That's what I regret.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mentality was like live fast, die young.
Yeah.
That's what I
And
that's what I
guess
had to fuck
that's
up.
where you saw him going with that face
Oh,
tattoo.
hell yeah, bro. Like
so-
as soon as I saw that, I was like, damn, bro. Like I knew it was like going there, but not like there.
Yeah.
So that's when like I reached out to him. And I think I made up some excuse too, like because I didn't want to be like, I didn't want him to think like, oh, bro, he's gonna come to fucking try to give me a therapy session and shit.
Yeah.
So like I kind of like I was like, oh, I forgot what happened. Like I know we were at Beezy's or some shit. Like
Yeah,
we were at-
you just pretty much were like, oh, let me come through, like, or something like that. I forgot
But,
how he came
yeah,
through.
like I was like, oh, like let me come through or something like that, and it was like literally like a couple days after, like the day, I don't know, it was around like it's very recent, like during when you got the tat, and then I pulled up and we were at like the Beezy's crib, and I think we were in the studio and stuff. And to be honest, bro, like I didn't go there to like, cause I think they were making music. I think they were making music.
We were just always making
And honestly, I
music.
was there, bro, but like I was like, fuck, like how do I talk to this guy? Like the whole time I was there, I wasn't really trying to like. I mean, I fuck with everybody. Like, look, don't
Well,
get me
just
wrong.
'cause
Like,
they
I
were
fuck with BZ, I fuck
vibing
with
and-
everybody.
yeah.
But I was just like, dude, like I
He was
feel
there
like
with a purpose.
I was there with a
okay.
purpose, and I knew like at least my style. I like to be one on one with people when I'm talking about real shit, like real shit, deep shit. And
Well, not only that, he's probably around people who are encouraging you, right? Probably like doing the same stuff you were doing and stuff like that. So I guess like bringing some real shit like that into there, it probably wasn't the vibe. It was you probably.
I just wasn't
the vibe,
sure.
right?
I wasn't sure, to be honest. I just wanted to remove Josh from his norm at that time.
Yeah.
Take him away for a second.
Exactly.
Whether or not that, I don't know. That like that's none of my business. Like I don't. You know, I'm not.
You have
like,
no
super
problems
deep in
with
it.
him, but he's
yeah,
in
no,
that, he's
hell
in that
no.
environment.
But like, dude, like I just wanted to remove him from that for a little minute. And I want to talk. Oh, you know what was the excuse I used? I wanted to show you my EP.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
I wanted to
yes.
show. I was working on this EP during the time, and it was very different. And I used that. I was like, hey, bro, like. I want to show you like my EP.
person,
but,
I wanna hear your-
Yeah, I want to show you in person, but like I want you to give me your honest opinion. And I did care about the opinion, but that wasn't the main thing.
Yeah.
Like that was an excuse. The main thing, and I was like, all right, bro. Like I said something like, all right, bro. Like, really, bro. Like I just want to talk to you. And I said, how are you? And a real how are you,
Yeah.
bro? Like, cause I feel like "How are you" is so overused, bro. Like it's lost its meaning. Like,
No, yeah, when it's like small talk
yeah,
type of shit. But
and
it's like
yeah.
what's going on with Josh?
Yeah.
And like what's going on with your head?
I was
you
like,
know?
nah, bro, truly, because I think you answered right away. You're like, oh, bro, I'm good. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, really.
Yeah.
How are you?
And that at that point, what happened? Was it a big moment?
Yeah, it was a big moment because like at that point I was just kind of like, man, you know what? Like I don't know how I am, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was asking, I'm like, you're asking me this question, like I don't know how I am. I don't feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it was just very refreshing because I was caught up in all this shit and I meet all these people every day, right? And you don't really know who gives a crap about you. And obviously the people that I would like Beezy, Joel Peso, Mars, those are my brothers. And the only reason why nothing crazy bad happened to us was because we looked out for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the world is a messed up place, man. And there's some people out there just trying to take advantage of you at all times.
Exactly.
And they act like your friend, you know? Like they act like they're your brothers right then when you meet them. It's crazy, bro. But it was so refreshing for someone to drive out because I wasn't close to him.
Bro,
he was
it was
in the
far.
valley.
Yeah.
I was
At
in
La Habra?
Yeah, I was at La Habra, bro.
La Habra? La Ab?
Yeah, La Habra. Yeah, exactly. And I was just
Habra or Abra?
Habra.
La
Habra.
Habra.
Oh, and this is coming from, and you were in La Habra at the time, and
Yeah.
you were coming from out here.
That's coming from here. I think it's still in North Hills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I think what is it like? It's a long drive. Like
It was
for
at least an hour.
just for
Drive.
just
for a
him to
conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
anybody else could have easily just been like, "Yo, what up?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, "What's good?"
Nah,
Stop.
bro. Because like for me, at least for me, I feel like it doesn't have the same effect over the phone. Like at least for me,
Fact.
I like to talk to people about real shit, like face to face. It's a different vibe, bro. I feel like I can reach people better when.
Well, it just showed that you cared for sure.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm sure that, like, meant a lot to you. Like, okay, he's asked, like, I don't, like, did you hear that? Like, did you, like,
I did.
was that, like, a real ass question at the time?
It was. It helped me a lot because then I'm not gonna lie, like I broke down.
Yeah.
Like I finally, because that whole time I was just so numb. Like I wasn't crying over there, bro. Like I was.
No, you couldn't be,
I was
right?
doing my thing, bro. Like I was living. Like, but was I? You know what I mean? Was I really living? I thought I was, but you know, it's all about priorities and what you feel inside, what makes you happy, right? So to each his own. But anyway.
No, exactly.
So he asked me that question and he started like, he really was just like, all right, you know, like, and I told him how I felt and then I just broke down and I just was like, man, like, I don't think I'm right, bro. I don't think I'm right. And from then on, like from there, I was already like, my mind was kind of already like messed up, like a little bit. And then like, really, I already had stopped doing kind of like, you know, bad things. And especially when Lil Peep died, like I was like, all right, I'm not doing that no more. Like, cause it was like almost like when that happened and when I found out about it, when Lil Peep passed away from fentanyl overdose, I was like, bro, that could easily have been me. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't as big as Lil Peep or anything, but like, you know, that could have easily been me. And I was just been another person.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Josh, like, I'll say that Josh was one of the first person, if not the first person that I heard that fuck with Lil Peep like that. Like, he was a big fan. Like, at first, I didn't really, when he showed me some stuff, I'm like, like, he's cool, to be honest. Yeah, but this fool was like, nah, bro, like, this fool fucking sick. And it was like he was popping in the underground during that time, but he wasn't like big yet, you know?
Exactly.
So I give Josh that credit, but yeah, like, but the reason I bring that up is like, it's like, not only is it somebody where it's like, you were like, oh, that could have been me, it's like, he had a lot of respect for Peep's music, you know? So, like, I'm sure that took, like, an extra dagger to the stomach, you know?
It was just like a slap to the face to be like, yo, like, this is where you're going. And then for him, like, to talk to me, like, it just kind of, like, said it. It was like a sign. Yeah, like, you know, all right, Josh, like, you need to, like, chill out. So then I did relax, and I started looking at things a little bit more differently.
And so, how did you actually end up getting out of that lifestyle? Did you just were like, "Hey, mom, I'm moving back home," or "Hey, I'm moving back home," or was it just
really what happened, bro? I did end up. So what really happened was that I met my girlfriend. I met my girlfriend Marissa because I was working at a shop. I was working at a trap shop, and I met her. And you know, once I had my son, like that changed me. Like completely, like it just was an instant.
Shout out Marissa.
Yeah, shout out my baby girl Marissa. When I had my son Ace, it changed my life forever, bro. Like
shout out Ace.
What K-Los did talking to me was give me that lifeline that I needed to hold me afloat until my true purpose came around. you know, to
Yeah.
give me, to fill my heart again with that. Because I was trying to fill that void with music, with everything, women, whatever. And it just wasn't getting filled. And I was progressing, man, so well. It was like from one moment, it went from getting like 10K plays in a whole year to like 150K plays from all my songs. Like just, and no promotion, bro. Like I don't pay for promotion. I don't, like that's the type of, so when I started seeing that, like it was just like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care about living. I didn't care about like just, I wanted to put my stuff out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but now it's different for me. It's different. And I'm just thankful to have those people in my life. And, you know, this life is very hard and it's very cruel, but when you have people and friends who care about you, man, it helps so much.
For sure.
It is the defining factor in a lot of lives, because I know a lot of people go down horrible paths because they don't have
They don't
that
have the
person.
right guidance, or like those friends, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes. Like they might not have your best interests at heart, you know, and it's tough, man. It's tough to really to figure, dude. There's some people that are really good at faking shit, man. Like they're really good.
Yeah.
Like I could have
Snakes
sworn, bro.
everywhere,
Like
bro.
I've had like I'd say at least like 2 friends where it's like, for me to like call you my best friend or like one of my best friends is like a big thing. My circle's always been small.
Yeah.
But like I've been duped. I've been duped like 2 or 3 times, and that was me being like, because I'm like very like, I watch everything, bro. Like I'm real
Observant.
Like, I'm very observant of people's actions. So, and I was like, damn, me? Like at the time, I was like, damn, bro, like these fools really tricked me. Like I really thought these guys were my friend. So imagine like somebody that's not like that, that's not looking at like the little things, how easy it is to manipulate certain people that are just like, they're you know, like they're very what's the word I'm looking for?
Gullible or
Gullible,
vulnerable?
man. And it sucks, man, because they're like, there's a lot of kind-hearted people that get fucked over so many times where they just lose trust in everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they started off as like very kind-hearted, and not to say that it's not still in there now, but it's like they've been fucked over so many times where like they have like basically post-traumatic stress, or like they don't want to get hurt anymore.
Exactly.
It's understandable. But my bad, cut you off, bro. Like you
Nah.
were.
No, dude, that was perfect.
No,
that was great. It was so great.
That's it. Like that was really it, man.
No, that's awesome to hear. Yeah, I'm glad we could have got like deeper into this friendship. That was great. So yeah, that's great. And I believe like keeping your circle small is actually, you have to. I think the more people you let in, the more you have to worry about so and so. And you're right, bro. And it might not even have been that they weren't your friend. It's just that when shit hit the fan, they didn't want to be there to do it. You know, to deal with.
They cared
any of
about
that.
something more.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
so. Yeah, I mean, it does happen to all of us. I can't really think of a time right now. I'm just so interested to listen to what you guys are talking about, honestly. It's so great.
I'm genuinely happy that you're intrigued in our
Man, thank you
conversation, bro.
also
Like,
for the opportunity.
Yeah.
to
No, the stories are great. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I didn't know about, this side of you. I didn't know you. Well, I knew you told me some stuff, but you're just very vague about it, and I'm glad you're, like, elaborating on what exactly was going on with you. And I'm glad, like, you told me, like, you changed yourself, because it does take a lot for someone to look in the mirror and to see, and like you did too, to like, or even to reach out to someone who is like doing bad or who's not in the right mental state.
And I will say this, man, it's uncomfortable, and that's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of people don't want to confront. I feel like that's the main issue. Shit is uncomfortable, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's like, I feel like people have the misconception where like they think like a lot of shit is supposed to be easy, or like things are supposed to be. And I'm not saying everybody, but I feel like a lot of people have that where it's like, oh well, I feel uncomfortable, so I'm not gonna do it. It's like, bro, like I feel like the realest shit in life is very uncomfortable to do. Like real situations to like fix situations.
Yeah.
It's fucking uncomfortable, bro.
Well, even to take it upon yourself, because you'd have been like, not my problem.
Yeah,
easily.
Not a problem. He's fucking up his life. This
9 out of 10 times people do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you made it your issue because that's how much like the friendship was so strong.
That's how valuable it was and it still is, bro. Like I will never do that with something. Dude, trust me. Like Josh knows me with certain things. Like there's certain things that, bro, like I don't look twice at. Like I'm just like, okay.
And you seem like someone who's like, once someone's down for you, you're like, I'm down. We're strong. We're together.
I'm
now.
like I'm in this. I know this sounds weird. This is why I love dogs so much, man. Like
that's why he is a dog.
I'm a fucking human dog, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm like.
That's why he's my dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's
my dog,
real
my
shit,
killer.
man. Like that's why I fuck with dogs so much, because of the way that they are. It's like if you show the dog that they can trust you, the dog will fucking die for you, bro. Like legit will die for you. And it's like that's the type of guy that I am. It's like if I see that somebody's giving me their all, bro, like that, there's nothing more to be said. Like I'm there. Like I'll give you what you've given me, and I'll try to give you even more. Like that's the type of guy that I am with that type of stuff. But
hey, I can test it. That's facts.
yeah,
That's facts, bro.
And by the way, before I forget, because apparently that moment was a very big moment in this conversation, like the what happened between me and him, like the bad part. I actually made a song about that. If anybody's curious, it's called Nine Tail Fox, and it's on my SoundCloud. It was never released on Apple Music.
What's your SoundCloud?
Shit, man, it's SoundCloud.com/XKLOS.
We'll plug it in the link.
Yeah.
Send me the link and I'll plug it in
whenever,
Down in the description.
or in the description or whatever.
So getting used to this YouTube.
And it was cool, man. I that song, and it came from like it was a time. It was like literally like I think the week after, bro. And I had like cuts on my face and everything. And I took a picture of myself. And I want to remind myself like this is what you did. Like, and if you look at that thumbnail, that's still one of my favorite pictures of all time. Like that because it just represented so much for me. And it's like I said, like you see like cuts on my face. I think my eyes like kind of red, like bruises, like scrapes on my face.
What was that from?
From the fight. Remember?
The fight you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I thought you guys it was just a yelling fight. You guys were actually
Nah, we got physical. Wow. That's how deep it, like we had never remember. That's why I brought up when we were talking about the pool. We got like a little physical thing, but we were kids. But then later it's like that was the second time we actually got physical.
Yeah.
And it was like bad.
Okay.
And so anyways.
That's why I personally don't. That's why I haven't even really said anything about because I'm not proud of it. I fucking like it's like bro, I fucking hit my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I hurt him.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that at all to be put in that situation. And it's just like bro, to me, man, like I just wish that. I know I'm glad that it happened because it made us. Exactly. But it was just one of those things that I saw, like, and especially when I saw the picture too, bro. I was just like, it's fucked up, man. Friends shouldn't do that, you know?
No, of course.
And I mean, he had to do what he had to do.
Exactly.
Like, it wasn't even like I said, like I still remember to this day, he was restraining himself so much to like keep him from getting to that.
Yeah.
And I just kept pushing to the point where it's like, bro, like there's literally only so much somebody can take before they take action.
And especially when there's alcohol involved and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. It was, I made a complete fool of myself. But yeah, man, it was, but yeah, if anybody's curious, check that out. It's called Nine Tail Fox. One of the realest songs I ever did. Probably not my best mixing wise, but hey, it's a dope ass song. I still love it. It's a song that I hold. It hurts every time I hear it, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, bro, like, I really let myself like feel what I felt. And like that was the first time where I was like, damn, bro, this is how it feels to make music where it's like you're talking about like sensitive subject. Because I've never really been like a sensitive subject type writer when it comes to like writing lyrics. And I think that was like the most vulnerable I had ever been. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how it feels like. You know, I've always made music just to sound cool, like to make to have the vibe like be sick. But I had never made a song that was like vulnerable like that.
Like putting your emotions on.
Yeah, like it was yeah, bro.
And you're like that. I feel like you have that emotional.
Yeah, that's like kind of been my niche.
Yeah.
Like
that's his thing.
That's like my thing. That's like
and
all
dude,
I know.
like this guy has inspired me to do that. I mean, even and he said like, you know, everybody was trying to rap, including myself. I was always producer first, then like artist second, like recording artist second. But like he was the first one that like he was pushing through like to stop rap. He's like, nah, bro, like I don't want to rap, like I want to sing. And like again, it was during that era where it's like it wasn't cool to sing. So he was like, nah, like I want to do this. And like the more he did it, the more I was like, damn, like this is pretty sick. And dude, not only to me, and then I started kind of experimenting with it. I probably would have never started doing like singing type voice if it wasn't for him. And it's including a lot. There's some people that I know that are connected to Josh as well, where I'm like, I can see the influence that he had on them too. And I was like, damn, bro, like that's fucking dope, man. Like this motherfucker inspired me.
Yeah,
like, I was like, hell yeah,
he's doing things. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool to hear. Like too, is like you had your own journey coming up, and then like it just inspired you to do something too. So like, what kind of music are you guys making together now? Do you guys have anything that you can, I could possibly plug in or?
Well, shoot, man. Well, dude, man, we are working on a lot of music, and really, I think it's a great time to perhaps like plug in our endeavors right now. That what we're doing, like together, we took it upon ourselves to create our own LLC, and it's To Feel.
Okay.
So it's To Feel.
But like Roman numeral as a 2, so it's not like a number 2. It's like Roman numeral, so it's like I.
Okay.
Feel. Yeah. And it's really just a movement, man. It's a hub, a home for anything that is creative. Because both me and K-Los, we're multifaceted artists. Like we can create. Not only does he make music, but he's an aspiring director. He does film. He does videography. You know what I mean? Like I have my own aspirations too as an artist that we want to. So we took it upon ourselves to make this business so we can finally have a home for ourselves.
Yeah, because we want to do so much shit.
So much.
Yeah. Is there anything you guys are working on right now?
Like as far as like music or
music,
like,
anything?
Yeah, bro. I mean, the music I don't think ever stops.
Okay.
But Josh has his stuff that he's done on his own, and I have my stuff. Like we kind of like, at least the way I look at it, it's kind of like it's cool because it comes back to like the codependency thing. I think like it's cool because when we come together, we can always make music. But when we're not, we can still make music.
Yeah.
But then now we have the house, which is our label / production company name, where we can put whatever. So if I'm releasing something, it's gonna go through the same same house. So that's the beauty of it. But
and it's yours too. It's something you guys can call your own.
Yeah, and we're 50-50 on it. And yeah, man, it's a lot easier going about this life and especially this industry when you have a solid ass dude like by your side or a solid ass female, whoever you have, like somebody that you can really trust.
That you can trust.
Yeah, like because man, by yourself is fucking hard, man. It's not impossible, but it's definitely hard and it's gonna take more time, you know.
Of course.
But yeah, man. To answer your question, yeah, man. I mean, we have a lot of like works in progress. We have some. We have some songs that I think Josh wants to show you one on his side, another one, and I'm going to show you guys one on my side. But mine has actually both of us. I think the one you're going to show is a...
Yeah, so right now, I'm going to take it upon myself to explain, like, just real quick, like, where we're at. Like, for anybody who's, like, tuning in, like, who supports me, right now, I'm really working on my band, and it's called Good Grief. So right now I have a few songs that I've been working on that I'm gonna also plug in this podcast so where you guys can check it out. I'm not gonna release it yet on any streaming, so this is gonna be the only place you'll be able to hear it for the time being.
Thanks for that, bro. Appreciate that too.
Dude, don't even worry about it, man. I appreciate you for having me here.
All the love.
Yeah, and I also have a lot of work because To Feel is not only our LLC, but I'm sure he mentioned it right now as well that it's also our duo group, and we have a lot coming in right now. So we're just gonna like plug in a few songs right here just to like give people a little vibe on what we're working on, from rock all the way to hip hop to even scoring movies.
And that's the beauty of like our stuff. It's like our range of genres is so wide that it's like you never know what to expect from the To Feel house.
Yeah,
you know?
you can do anything.
Anything, bro. Like I mean, he has his band stuff, and I have my EDM projects as well. Like I'm gonna do like EDM shit too. Like I want to DJ and
SoundClouds for these guys.
Yeah, I actually started producing electronic music at the same time that I did hip hop. I've always had a love for it. I've always wanted to play at EDC or like a festival, Coachella and stuff like that. Obviously, I still want to do like our duo up there too, but I've always wanted to drop like a sick ass EDM set.
We actually had a guy on here, Tony from the 3rd episode. He was actually played at EDC in Orlando.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he had a song called
Discovery Project.
Oh, he won it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Nice.
He had a song called Chicken Heads.
Okay, I don't think I heard. What's his DJ name? Do you remember?
Fuck, I don't remember. Yeah, but
shout out
Tony. Yeah, Tony and Beverly. His wife was on the podcast too. That was super dope. We're trying to get the whole SF crew on there. That was his group that actually went up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's dope, man. That'd be dope to see you guys on like a big stage.
Oh yeah, you'll
like
be seeing us, bro. This is gonna be the first of many.
Yeah.
You're gonna be seeing our names everywhere, bro. That's why we took it upon ourselves to make this thing happen. The To Feel, because it's like a brand. It's a movement. It's a
vibe. It's a vibe, bro.
It's a
vibe, and
exactly.
that's why that's what To Feel represents. I mean, it's. I mean, at the end of the day, to feel is what it sounds like. I feel like that's what it like. We want to represent what it's like to feel something, because if you don't feel anything in life, like, I don't feel like you're feeling. I don't feel like, I'm sorry, I don't feel like you're living.
So the
like,
so the name's deeper.
yeah.
Than
Bro,
actual,
it's super
just
deep,
a title,
man.
then,
It's
right?
it's way more than a title, and it's like, and another thing, it's like the Roman numerals, like two Roman numerals. It's like 1, 2. It's us two, and they both represent us. And yeah, man, it's really, you know, we want to remind people what it's like to feel like real vibes, you know.
Okay. I'm excited to hear it. I'm
Yeah,
excited to
man.
hear what 2 Phil has to offer.
And then we also, I mean, it's not just again, it's not just music, man. Like, we want to go into films. Like, I want to make movies, and it's still under the 2 Feel house. Like,
exactly.
It's like a 2 Feel production, you know.
That's why I started the whole Cheeks production things, because like, nice. I don't want to just do this podcast.
Okay.
You know,
yeah. It's just like
it's a
it's a house. It's a house. It's a home, like us.
Bevy of podcasts, maybe. Yeah. And I was even thinking music too, because I have a couple buddies who just, they aren't very they don't put their music out there.
Gotcha. So you want to like help them.
So I was like, yeah, let me just do it, and I'll take care of everything. You just gotta give me the music.
Hell
and
yeah.
We'll put it out there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's a great idea, because I feel like that's the idea now, is like, people find a niche and you use that niche to actually create something that elaborates across all genres and like movies and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like that's a great idea, because you're not holding yourself down to one thing.
Exactly.
You're not making yourself one thing. So now you can actually move throughout these genres, or do movies, or do anything like that.
Exactly, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like I've said before, like, I think what we want to do at the end of the day is create dope shit. I keep saying that, but that's really all it is, bro. Yeah. Stuff that is just like, we genuinely enjoy. Like, damn, like, I want to make that movie where it's like, oh wow, like, that was amazing. Like, that reaction, like, wow, that was good. Or I want to make people cry. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people feel. Like, that's what it is. Exactly. And whether that be a movie or music or anything, bro, like, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. NFTs, shit.
Anything.
Josh is the dog on that. I'm behind on that, but this guy knows.
We're trying.
No,
Kobe's didn't work out too well, but
we don't lose, we learn. You know what I mean? We don't lose, we learn. But all right, so I'm gonna put the song. I'll show you guys the song right now, if that's cool.
So we're just gonna plug it right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug it in right now. I'm gonna play it right here.
And what were we going to play, Josh?
So I'm going to play this song. It's called In the Between, produced by Gray Skies. Shout outs to Gray Skies. I met him on YouTube.
Shouts out Gray Skies.
So I'm going to just play this right here in the background.
This is a live version, too. We're getting a live snippet of some new music by Josh Solo.
I'm missing the point, and I don't mean to destroy all the things that we had and all the things you ignore. And I don't wanna look back, and I don't wanna be sad. No, I don't wanna do that. No, I don't wanna do that. Guess I'm missing the point, and what's it mean to exploit? Someone tell me the meaning, I just need to enjoy. But I'm missing the point. But I'm missing the point. But I'm missing the point. The point. The point. I write back, you don't write back. I like that, you don't like that. I love you, you don't love me. You're somewhere in the between. I write back, you don't write back. I like that, you don't like that. I love you, you don't love me. You're somewhere in the between. Now I'm stuck in 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 between. Not like you knew me back then, but not like you were my friend. Don't act like this is the end, cause it was something that never began. But guess I'm missing the point, and I don't mean to destroy all the things that we had and all the things you ignore. But you're missing the point, but you're missing the point, but you're missing the point, the point, the point. I write back, you don't write back. I like that, you don't like that. I love you, you don't love me. You're somewhere in the between. I write back, you don't write back. I like that, you don't like that. I love you, you don't love me. You're somewhere in the between. Now I'm stuck in 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 between.
What a great sesh we're having.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, that track was called "In the Between." I did that track a little while ago. Mixed and mastered by my boy Michael Choi. That's just a little rough mix. I'm planning on working on EP, doing a lot of singles. I'm just creating, man. You know what I mean? Trying to be consistent, trying to just stay. I just want to keep moving forward, you know? So a lot of the times, like these past few years with having my son, I was trying to figure out how to get back into this music thing, because all I've ever known was just doing music like that. You know, at a certain point, I was just doing it for like 10 plus years. You're just kind of like, all right, man, like, what else is there, right? So you figure it out. You start working on yourself and figuring out priorities. And man, I can't say that my music has never been better. My music has never been better. So I'm just thankful to be in the situation where people actually like my music now, you know? Like, I remember being in that point where I would show people my music and they'd just be like, oh, yeah, cool. Oh, sick. Nice. You know what I mean? But now it's...
Thanks for the...
It's most definitely a different thing. Most definitely...
Thanks for the snippet. Like he said, you can only find that here at Cheeks Productions. You're going to have to watch the podcast. And now we're going to play some of K-Los' music, and we're going to see what kind of new music he's got going on.
Yeah, actually, this one, I'm going to play Jill the Ripper. Josh, yeah, I was going to do Better Days, but I think Jill the Ripper is more fitting for this. But Jill the Ripper is actually a song, I produced it. Josh actually gave me the idea. He was like, hey, bro, like, I kind of want to do like this 80s type shit. And I was like, all right. I made the beat. And then, so I'm on the hook. Josh is on the verses. And, here's a little snippet. This is probably going to be, by the way, our first release ever from the Two Field project. So, man, again, exclusive stuff here. So here it is.
like I said, I don't know how you guys aren't making it already. This shit's fucking good, bro.
Thank you, bro.
And thanks for actually making this exclusive to the podcast too. I really appreciate that.
That is nowhere right now. We bet,
awesome.
dude. That thing has been in our Dropbox for like over
Years,
a year, bro.
Dude, it sounds great.
Do
Do you mix and you do all
yeah,
of it, right?
Yeah, I try to mix all our stuff. Like
That song is like 4+ years old, 5+ years old.
It sounds
4?
fucking good.
Yeah,
Nah.
bro. It's older than Ace. And Ace is 3.
Jill the Ripper.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, it sounds like some shit that's like on like a Spotify playlist or something, bro.
Damn.
Well, that's
It
just
will
me,
be.
bro. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I appreciate
I'm not
that.
really big into the genre, but like I can only say like that's like sounds like a hit.
Hey,
Yeah.
as long as you enjoyed it, that's all that
Yeah, I thought
matters.
it was good.
That's
I
all that
hope
matters.
everyone else enjoys it too. I mean,
Yeah.
And then, like he said, exclusive. Go to Cheeks Productions, subscribe, watch Couch Surfing. It's going to be with Two Feel LLC. That's including Josh Solo and Queso. We appreciate it.
K-Los.
K-Los. Did I say Queso? again?
Queso.
Okay, I'm going to say that again.
All good.
With Two Feel LLC. That's going to be Josh Solo and K-Los. Sorry, I keep butchering your name, bro.
All good, bro.
I feel so bad. I don't know why that name keeps coming to my head.
I'm cheese. That's cheesy, man.
Well, you want to hear? Can I tell you a little funny story?
Yeah.
So, somebody put up my lyrics to one of my songs, right? And it's called "You Could Be Happy."
Yeah.
And K-Los produced it, and I shout him out. And there's a lyric in the song that goes, how does it go? It's like K-Los is next. I'm just honest. And
Shout to K-Los, he done-
Yeah,
he
shout
up
out
next.
K-Los. He up next. I'm just honest. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
And somebody on the lyrics put shout out Caleb. He up next.
Caleb. I've heard Caleb. It's all good, bro. Like I've heard people say Caleb. They said K-Loss.
K-Los.
Yeah, I've heard it. Honestly, that's the first time I've seen
Queso.
queso.
I think I heard peso. Yeah. I just mixed it with queso.
Oh shit, man! Nah, it's all good, bro.
So I go by many names.
Queso and Caleb fusion queso.
Look, one thing I will say, bro. Like, look, I don't take myself that seriously to be like, oh, bro, you're butchering my name. It's like, bro, like, all right, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can see artists being like, bro, it's this and that. I'm like, all right, bro, you made a mistake. It's not a big
You're not
deal.
calling him Chike. You're not calling him Chike, right?
Chike?
You-
Come on,
you ever
Chike.
see-
Yeah,
You're not
fucking
calling him
Kanye West.
Fucking
documentary.
Kanye.
But he's doing it on purpose. Too.
Yeah.
It's just like here he told him like, hey, don't do that.
Don't call me Chike. He's like, all right, Chike. He calls him Chike.
Who's Chique?
So, dude, have you ever seen the Kanye West
Yeah, it's
documentary?
great.
Yeah, I've
Is it
seen
Genius?
both. I haven't seen the last one.
Oh, so I think
The
it's
last
in
episode.
I think
seen
it was
both.
that one.
The last one?
Yeah, it is the last episode where he's like at his after Grammy party.
Yeah,
or-
so he just won the Grammys and like they're throwing a big party for him after. And the guy who's been filming him, like this guy goes with him everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen that
films with him
guy.
everywhere.
He's the guy that's narrating the whole thing.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And then he keeps calling him Chike. And the guy's like, he tries to like check him a little bit. He's like, hey, bro, don't call me that.
Wait,
Like,
who's calling who Chique?
Kanye's calling him Chike.
Oh, the
Like his buddy, the guy who's filming.
Oh,
That's
it.
not his
really?
name.
That's not
He's known him forever,
damn,
bro.
and he's calling him that.
Well, he's
Bro.
he's just being a dick. He's
and,
drunk.
and he's really
Oh,
drunk, but
yeah.
at a certain point, he's just kind of like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
and he's just like, come on, Chike. Come on, Chike. And then the guy finally like, hey, bro, don't call me that.
Yeah, he got mad. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then nothing really happened after that.
No,
right?
no, but it was just like a really funny moment though. Like in
Oh,
that, like it was
okay.
like a really turning point too in that documentary.
It was
Yeah,
because
because-
it just showed like the fucking the air, like the ego that he
Oh,
had after
I
that.
see, I
Yeah,
see.
it was
I
crazy.
get you.
Ever since his mom died, he was just never.
Yeah, he's not the same.
Nah, nah.
Yeah, I mean, watching that documentary, bro, like, damn, like, it just shows you, like, how much of a... I mean, I think everybody already had an idea of, like, his mom was a big influence, obviously, but
How
I don't think
much
they
it
understood
was,
how
yeah.
much, though. Like, after
kept that man grounded.
Yeah.
dude, and she's the one that convinced it. She's like, I believe in you. You should believe in yourself. And she ingrained that in him, and wow, man, like, that's powerful. So it's understandable how he...
I think he
you
was
know.
looking. He's been looking for that, like you know, like all the women he had been with. But
Yeah, nah,
I think
bro.
eventually, like,
nothing's
you
ever
can't
gonna
be like your
replace his mom,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
exactly. And
Never,
I
never,
think he
no.
realizes that.
Nah.
Nobody's ever gonna love you like your mama.
Yeah,
Facts,
man. Yeah,
I
it's
think Kim
fucked
probably
up.
came close to it. That's probably why he married her.
You
She
think
prob-
so?
You
I
know,
mean, he's been on her for like a while, hasn't
Yeah.
he? Like he's been like in love.
I think he's always had like a crush on her.
something like that, bro. I don't know the whole lore behind that, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is
You're
what
worth
it
$4
is,
billion.
man.
No, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hopefully we're there.
I
soon.
mean, shit.
Yeah.
Shout to Kanye, man.
Shout
Like
to Kanye.
aside from like all the stuff that people talk about him on in the media, bro. Like that guy is a legitimate artist, bro. Like, that fool's a visionary, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like that fool is literally like, dude, he's up there, bro. Like he's that good. Like you know, people might look at him crazy, but I feel like sometimes it's just like they don't understand certain things. But that doesn't give any excuse for, you know, certain things that he might have done and not done. But I'm just saying, like certain times, it's like I feel like sometimes his vision is so big, and he just doesn't really know how to explain it to like quote unquote the norm.
it just goes the way he goes about it.
Yeah,
man.
the way he goes about it, I think
That's
it's
just
just
really
what
what
fucks
it
it
is,
up,
bro.
man.
No,
Like,
but it is the way he explains it too. Because
Yeah.
like we don't have that type of money. We don't have that type of vision. We're only looking. Like most of us are only looking towards our next paycheck or our next meal that we're gonna have. He's looking like 10 years past that, and he's looking, you know, because that's how do you make $4 billion coming from nothing?
Oh, bro,
if you're not
like-
looking past all that shit that you're going through. You know?
Nah, man. He's a legitimate artist, bro. I respect his vision so much, and yeah, man. Aside from that, it's like I feel like some people have a hard time like this is like separating like the personality and the artist himself.
Yeah.
You know. And I mean, I'm looking at the artist himself, and I'm like, I appreciate that.
I just feel like nowadays it's all what side you're on.
Yeah,
If you're not,
definitely.
If you're not picking a side, you know, and if you're on the wrong side, you're just gonna get shitted on no matter
Yeah.
what. So
Oh,
at this point,
definitely.
might as well do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are emotionally biased towards a lot of things. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if they feel some type of way, if they don't like you, nothing you do after, like, they're just not going to fuck with you.
Yeah,
Like, if they don't like you, like, they're like, nah, I'm not. Even though you might be sick at whatever you do, but they don't like you. So you already lost.
Yeah, exactly.
You lost.
So might as well do what
Yeah.
makes you feel good.
Yeah,
rather
yeah. I mean, whatever.
or
Like,
what other people say you do great, might as well just keep them happy.
Yeah.
rather than-
like I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, with politics, for example, like I'm gonna be honest, I'm very ignorant to politics. Like I don't really know much about it, and I feel like a lot of people are ignorant to politics, but they go based off of like, oh, I don't like that guy because he said this one thing, but then they might be, who knows? I don't know anything about politics. Like that guy might be doing like what's right for the like as a mayor or a governor or this and that, but just because they might have said like a certain phrase.
Yeah.
It'll turn me off. Now everything they do is wrong. You get what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
yeah, it's
and I don't think it should be looked at like that. I feel like
That's on both sides too.
It's on
You hear
both
that, guys?
sides, yeah.
Here at Chicks Productions, we're directly in the middle. You're not take a side, okay?
We
Yeah,
just
bro,
listen.
We
like-
just listen, yeah,
Yeah.
and we hear what you guys have to say.
yeah.
So
No, I feel you. I'm just saying. Like I try to like take myself away from like being on sides as well. Like that's why I even mentioned this. Is like to see things. I feel like more people should try to look at things more object. Like
honestly,
in the
man,
middle.
it's these phones. I honestly blame everything in this world on these fucking phones because it's real easy to see. You go on social media and see like a clip or see something, or even see like they were doing research where they told people were looking at the top comment, and that was their opinion. Like that's what they were going based off everything. So it's like,
yeah.
you know, at some point, you know, you gotta have context to everything. You know, because if you don't have context, bro, you can be yelling at a wall, basically. You know what I'm saying? The wall. If I told you the wall did something and it said something mean to me, and I saw the top comment said, "Yeah, fuck that wall," are we all gonna yell at that wall?
Yeah.
No, the wall doesn't speak. It doesn't do anything. But
Fuck that wall though.
which wall are we talking about?
Perspective.
But thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate it. We've been going for about 2 hours.
Damn.
Is there anything else you
feel
guys
like
wanted to cover, or was that pretty much it?
Well, man, I want to say first and foremost, thank you, bro.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
you know, I appreciate you. I support you. You know, I think that a lot more people in general should support each other instead of supporting people that they don't know.
Exactly.
I'm not saying to not like anybody's things, you know, but there's diamonds everywhere, man. And I firmly believe that because look, I fucking grew up with one. You know what I'm saying?
That's sweet.
And I know he feels the same way about me, bro. That's why
No, I
it's
understand.
like that's why we have like that fucking hard rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to beat his ass and everything, bro. Like and he feels the same way about me. I'll tell you that much. I don't even need to let him answer.
That's facts.
So it's just like it's awesome. I understand that my story isn't something that I'm like that other people necessarily have, like having that one person that's right next to you to fucking. But at the same time, you know what, man? Never allow yourself to not go after what you want to do. Everyone has their own blueprint. You know what I mean? Go at your own pace, but just get at it. And I'm saying that because I'm still learning that too. You know, I'm still learning that. I'm still a work in progress, and I think that we all are. And we'll never be truly complete. So let's just get at it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say to piggyback off that just real quick. I feel like that's definitely a problem I think a lot of people go through, especially you mentioned the phones, right? It's a big issue. It can be a big issue if you let it. Like the comparisons. Like I feel like social media has become this thing where it's like you might be you might not even notice it, man. Like you're like subconsciously comparing yourself to like other people that might be like more successful than you, and then you might feel like shit. You're like, damn, bro, look at where he's at, look at where I'm at, you know. But you don't know that guy's story. You don't know that guy's story. Your story and his story are completely different.
Exactly.
So it's like I don't think you should be competing with that person because at the end of the day, it's like everybody goes at their own pace. I'm not saying be like a fucking lazy ass. Like I'm not saying that at all, but if you're doing the best you can, that's all you can do, bro. Like if you're genuinely doing, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people may bullshit themselves and be like, oh yeah, I'm doing the best I can. But meanwhile, like they ain't doing shit. Like if you genuinely believe that you're doing the best you can, then bro, like there's no need to compare yourself to that person that already made it. You are making it when you're doing the best you can. Like that's all you can do. So I just like to share that with anybody that you know in life in general, bro. Like that doesn't even just only relate to art. That's like anything, bro. Any business that you get into, it's like you have your own story, they have their own story, you know. And it took me a long time, and sometimes I have to remind myself, bro. I'm checking myself to this day, bro. Sometimes I fall into that where like I have to. I think J. Cole said I have to scratch my jealousy's itch or something like that. Where it's like sometimes I do get jealous. Sometimes that when I see like somebody that's like super popping, I'm like fuck, like I could be there. I should be there. But then I had to check myself and be like, bro, like that's him, and then you're you. You know, you got to go on your own path. You know,
definitely the comparisons, and yeah, you just have to realize that you are who you are, and like you guys said, you guys had to split apart. Actually take time to figure out who you guys were before actually coming back together again and making music and stuff like that. So, it's very, the proof's in the pudding. You guys doing it. You guys are living proof of it. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope this podcast would inspire anyone because I think this is definitely the most inspirational podcast I've done.
No shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
because,
man.
I interviewed the old
That's
heads.
dope.
They had like pretty logical steps to their lives, but this is the first time I got the point of view of artists who did it and try to make it themselves and put their actual content out there instead of reading a book and like taking those logical steps into getting somewhere rather than creating a path for themselves.
A road less traveled.
Road less traveled. Exactly.
Road less traveled, but at the same time, people think they're traveling it, but it's the everyday thing. It's the working and feeling and getting it done, even when you don't want to. Sometimes, bro. Just like the little practice, the singing in the shower, the hours staring at the screen, scratching your head, frustrated, the frustration, the pain, the agony. That is what makes you an artist. You know what I mean? Like you going through all that, the journey. One isn't an artist after making a song. The journey through creation. And through becoming, that's in my opinion is what makes you an artist.
So. Fine words by a fine man. Any other closing thoughts?
Nah, man. On my end, I just want to thank you as well for even giving us the opportunity to come on here and man. I'm happy that you're a chill guy, man. Like we're comfortable talking to you, like I know there's not everybody is as easy to talk to, so I'm glad that you did a good job and
seriously.
And bro, like I wish you the best success and fuck man, I can't wait how sick would it be like looking down like 5 years from now and like we're all big.
Yeah, exactly.
And dude, like let's say you're like next Joe
He's
Rogan.
speaking it right now into
Bro,
existence.
like,
We'll check back.
That's fucking dope, bro. Like,
This
dude,
ain't the
that
last
shit
one.
would be legendary, bro. Like that's how I look at things. Cause as corny as it sounds, anything is possible, bro. Like we could look back on this and be like, damn, bro, remember when you had like your little laptop here and the things that we were all holding the microphone, and then we look in the
We're
future.
inside your building now.
You have like your own studio
Yeah.
and shit. Like you have all your mics set up, bro. Like it's very possible, bro. Like if you really want it, you can get it, bro. So I know for a fact we're gonna give it our all, and I hope that you do too, bro.
Of course. Yeah, and like I said, your guys' music should be played on the radio.
I appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
Soon.
It will be.
All right, man. Well, thank
Closing
you.
out. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you for being on the podcast. And we're